What the f happened to Conor McGregor? He went from speaking like this.
So don't say you would not take that fight, because you would take that fight like everyone else up here would take the fight against me if it was offered, regardless of belts or any of that.
To now talking like this.
Why am I wearing waist? Wait. I'm going, and I'm going until I'm dead or you're dead.
If we look at his behavior in the last 3-4 years, it seems like he has lost his purpose. I can almost say that he completely changed from being a fighter into being a social media star. Just starting drama with all of them famous celebrities, then getting drunk and going to flashy events. I mean, come on. MGK couldn't even hurt a fly. Even at his peak, Conor always liked to party and have a shot or two of whiskey. But over time, 2 shots of whiskey became 2 bottles of whiskey and 5 lines of snow. 1 party after every fight became 1 party every night. Even Conor himself admitted it.
I'm not going to drink because I'm going to train 3 times a day.
In this interview, alongside many others, we could see a lot of symptoms of a chronic drug user. Basically, almost all of the above. Also, I want you to remember this wink. We will talk more about it later. The question is, what happened to McGregor? What went wrong? We all remember Conor as being the guy, the double champ, the man that ran through both featherweight and lightweight division.
I've ridiculed everyone on the roster.
And then had almost beaten one of the biggest boxing legends in the history of boxing. Well, after the fight with Floyd Mayweather, he earned over $100 million and became such a global megastar that he started to change. I mean, with that much money and influence. Who wouldn't? Things turned very dark the day after Khabib Nurmagomedov ambushed Conor's training partner Artem Lobov. Artem and Khabib had something I like to call Russian problems, but McGregor decided to make it an Irish problem as well. He flew in with a jet, picked up 30 of his goons, and proceeded to attack a bus, in which was Khabib, alongside with many other fighters that were supposed to fight in UFC 223. McGregor got arrested and sent to do community service for 1 week. This sparked a mega fight between him and Khabib.
October, Las Vegas. It's on, ladies and gentlemen.
The biggest and darkest fight in the whole UFC history. Conor had so much venom and hate in himself that he would for the first time ever drink throughout the whole camp.
Listen, I'm 2 days away from the biggest fight of my life, so I'll only drink half the bottle.
And would bring new sparring partners just so that he could hurt and beat them. This was the first time we have seen McGregor take a fight so emotionally, and not in a good way. In the end, this cost him the title and sparked a next big change in his behavior. Due to his chaotic behavior, McGregor was facing over 10 serious lawsuits and possible jail time if he kept on behaving like a drugged rat. So he decided to change. At the very least, change public persona. Next fight that was scheduled was between him and Donald Cowboy Cerrone. And in the build-up to this fight, we could have seen a totally new Conor McGregor. He was like an angel.
Donald is up there with the best of them all. What a phenomenal legacy Donald has.
I came back to come and shut this man up. A little rat, a little weasel.
The records that man has, give him some sort of belt. Seriously.
I am going to truly love putting a bad beating on this little glass jaw rat.
After losing a lot of fans due to his chaotic behavior, now McGregor started to slowly get them back. On the night of the fight, Conor shined by delivering a first-round knockout. It was his first step to getting the title back. Next challenge before the title was his old foe, Dustin Poirier. He previously knocked him out in the first 2 minutes of round 1. Through the years, Dustin has risen up in ranks. Look at all the people he has beaten, but still, this was supposed to be a relatively easy matchup for Conor McGregor, and boy, were we wrong. During the press conference between McGregor and Poirier, McGregor addressed new big lawsuit that he was fighting against, but not this time from the fighters that he attacked, or the old grandpa. This was a much different lawsuit, a sexual allegation lawsuit. The lawsuit details accusations made by a woman who said McGregor raped her in a Dublin hotel penthouse. McGregor and the woman grew up in the same area and previously socialized in the same wider circles. According to the statement of claim, she and McGregor were exchanging flirtatious messages, and then later on she ended up going with her friend to visit McGregor at the Dublin hotel. While in the penthouse suite, the woman said that she was beckoned to the bedroom by McGregor, who asked her to perform a lewd act on him, which she refused. McGregor began kissing the woman and removing her clothes over her protestations, the statement said. After she bit and hit McGregor, he wrapped his arms around her neck and lifted her up 3 times, after which she ceased fighting back. The next morning, she woke up And McGregor was already gone. McGregor's friend gave her a drink. Her only memory thereafter is of being in a taxi, according to the statement. She said she was later told by the police that McGregor's friend said he had sex with her, but she had no recollection of it and did not consent. According to the statement, bruising was found on most of her body, and she had abrasions on her face, neck, and right breast. The case was dismissed, but McGregor still had to portray the role of a nice guy so that he could water down all the fire at his feet. And he tried to do it with donations.
Conor's team, McGregor Sports Entertainment, did reach out to my foundation, and they are, starting the donation to the Good Fight Foundation, and we have huge plans for that. So Conor, man to man.
Pleasure, brother. My pleasure. Thank you.
You're going to help a lot of people with that.
Yes, and you.
All right, it is the day of the fight. If McGregor wins this, he is next in line to get a title shot. Sadly, things didn't go Conor's way. By the end of this fight, we could have seen that just Conor was truly not anymore the same Conor he was. Behind all these allegations, luxury lifestyle, and drugs he was using, he just couldn't be the same guy anymore. He got knocked out in the second round, and that was the turning point of McGregor. That is when he went into darkness once more. Soon after losing to Dustin, a new fight between the two of them was scheduled. But this time, we got to see a completely new Conor McGregor. It was as if the old McGregor came back from the dead. The violent, aggressive Conor that tore the whole featherweight division.
You're only a little Your wife is your husband. A silly little hillbilly.
Not McGregor fast, McGregor sleep.
He's not in the same stratosphere as me. The man looks disgraceful up here. He looks frail.
For me, the aura's not there anymore.
McGregor was ready to avenge his loss in UFC 264 in front of 20,000 fans and won 8 million pay-per-view buys. But then this happened. McGregor broke his leg mid-fight, the same injury that happened to Anderson Silva, from which he never truly came back. McGregor was furious.
This is not over. If we have to take this outside with him, it's all outside. We don't give a
even including Dustin's wife in the trash talk.
Your wife is in me DMs, hey baby. Hit me back up, we'll chat to you later on. We'll be at the after party.
He was carried out in the stretcher. A bit of karma, I would say. He said Dustin was going to be carried out in a stretcher.
Dustin's going out in a stretcher. That's my prediction. Going out of this fight in a stretcher.
Leg recovery would ultimately take almost 2 years, which means that for the next 2 years, Conor wouldn't be able to compete in the UFC. And for the newly energized and hungry McGregor, that was a big problem. Since he couldn't fight, he decided to do something else. He decided to use his fame, money, and influence to begin living a true superstar life. And this was the birth of a new Conor McGregor, the one that I like to call Bored McGregor. With all them money in your pockets and your biggest passion in the world being locked for you, McGregor had to find a new way to amuse himself. Firstly, he had to take steroids for his leg injury to heal faster, and by doing that, he also got very big. I mean, he went from 145 pounds up to some reports saying 265 pounds. That is crazy. Even Joe Rogan commented on it.
He's taking his shirt off and posing constantly, and he looks like his piss would melt that USADA cup. Like it would just like burn a hole right through the bottom of that USADA cup.
Now a new problem came up in McGregor's life. He had to remove his wisdom teeth, which changed his facial structure. Combine these two things, and that is how McGregor in just 2 years went from looking like this to look like this. Now the next question is, why is McGregor acting like that uncle at a family gathering who can't handle his drink? Well, let's be honest. Drugs and alcohol, a lot of snow, and of course marijuana. It's easy calculation. When Conor wants to chill, he takes a puff, and now he can chill even more. When Conor wants to be crazy, he takes a line, and now he is crazy even more. But this stare will haunt me for the rest of my life. And let's add his adventures with other women beside her wife. Here, we can see McGregor going into the bathroom with another woman to, of course, just give her his hotspot so that she can call an Uber ride home. Of course. But we haven't mentioned one big thing that also contributed in changing Conor. Proper 12 Irish whiskey. His own brand. My man just can't stop drinking it everywhere. And I mean everywhere.
Proper 12. Proper Irish whiskey from a proper Irish. That's what I'm talking about. I came here to have a buzz with this.
He just made his first movie, Roadhouse, and let's see what his co-stars have to say about him.
The man can drink whiskey, and I learned my lesson in Texas. I cannot keep up with Conor McGregor, and I should not try.
He is so oftenly drunk that when once in 15 interviews he is sober, fans actually comment how refreshing it is to see him sober. Look at this wink. This is a coke wink, ladies and gentlemen. He just can't stay still. Conor McGregor is an adrenaline junkie, and since he can't fight, he decided to focus his energy into living the life like a true superstar. But the time has come. Finally, from the ashes, after 3 years, a new McGregor fight has finally been scheduled, and it is against Michael Chandler. I seriously want to know, how will McGregor approach this fight? Will he finally let go of all them substances and alcohol? Never mind. He pulled out of the fight for the first time in his life. Old McGregor is gone.